From Yemayin ye ho aquaba and a happy Sabbath and so. Manage piece and then you marry so yet to me in your time. They are joining a conference line so. And there addition I baby energy media me who say a important part at the mayin. Tinya me person mesreni and it's so beton sa afro nuebi. Senior beya or non so addition ye baby sien and you marry ubenya emu chefa. Yes, I kaya who so say programming ye stream more ewo yonkodo any other media partners and so eso. Inti na bomodi ase wuba line so a nanka wa mute ho amaye. Sine beya eso ebeye din na yetumi nyina ya enjoy program a ekoso enwure. Yebefie program na sino yebesre na Openyi Lawrence Nyantechi Ewoswa Nanka Waboye opening prayer no edi amayen na yatwaso.
Medasi mame momaya mompai. Ahine mo hine. Ade nyina sutumfo obade anumre asedan kan dinda. Oma yaba wanim anumre yo. Yaba biti insama beboy. Nyina mu no ewu awurade na oye sanhye. Ndi kan no ede penifo a edi zoom ye nim nyina shawunsa. Said da biara dan ma won ni nyansa obetimi de aba wanim de bia. Ebi se wanim tena ya de nyakase pa. Eno nti o ma ye koso ada wase. Edi etifo aba laizu nyina shawunsa. Wade Maya dwena emudo yemfante nsama yebeti no eneyi ase yede babawa ele shawunsa eso se hunumobo na yi ayamhihie ni hu bi afini na bo anomo dwumadi a obedi a kyerɛ enumre ija na brabo mu nsɛm nyina shawunsa awurade wonim no sɛde ositi Nti ijana bonim anumre so se mana hobrase yakomo gibadi a wodi ayenia ebeboa yen a ye wola yesu nyina nti eso se kasa bia no monenya bi fi wo wurate boa no honhom ahodin no osuru nyansa na ne awoye bia no anya de be hwudin anumre ya sedan kan di wurate ye dawas so na mo dum no humo proso etie ye mpaibo se bisani nyina wo yidimafo ni agin kopa Yesu Kristo din amen
Openyi Lawrence ewo Queen's Ghana Church ono na enwe oboy empire man na menyanti yeso se ono ne special guest eneno ne papa eneno openyi yada se lady yen opening prayer na edmaye yama wakwa abanso
yeah
ene ye program no mejidisi nyina ye nya flyers ni bi na wuhu bi internet ma wutumi join ye enwure ena ye ba kasa afa ye tiriwe ene ye scalp eho. There is a saying we say your hair is your crown. Mejidisi nyina ye be adwen say a very important asema ye kind of time bia because truly ye tiriwe is our crown. Obia tiriwe ya de bia se ehun ba asema the where mouth me uncomfortable no me gidi say ankrekre bia ewo experience bia ye kase yen share nko ye betumi a share nti manage pass na nwumre yetumi eba be hia mu na yesua de specifically about ye tiriwi and ye scalp ehun enwumre ye special guest ye nya no a one ye eba be kasa no osua de akwanim bebre efa ehwi eni yetiriwi ase ehun enti adesua ne ye ba be eche no de but modern so be mo nue bi so atibi tenem ka in the beginning so no ye streamu ewo ye media platforms no so wunya bi akyire no so a bo modern asa wo be share with others sene be ya ye nyina adesua ye benya enwre ye betumi enye mu echefa ye nua ba Ellen Ening ono and oye special guest ene. Sister Ellen is a certified trichologist. Now, the founder and CEO of Follicle and Flow Therapy Center at Mississauga, at Toronto, Canada, has said. Yenua bayi esum ewo Heritage Ghanaian Church. Enti oye ya ye ho ni papa. Enwumre mi gidi se nyame ebe fa no so ama yenya adesua sonko bi. Nia mesre pabio bo modia na frɛ wo ne bi na ye ma line no so ensan enye din se ne be ya asɛm a nyame ahyehya fa ne so a de ba be ma ye nwumre ana adesua ye benya no ye nyina yetumi enya emu chefa. Sister Ellen Pacho wo ho ana
Auntie Evelyn Pachai Mewaha.
I love your hair. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Me call Instagram, I mean who pictures now or me come to say, wow, I wish my hair is like that. It's so beautiful. Now it's just a idea was you are really working with it, Spa, and we are happy to have you with us in Enumerate. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Who you are, your background, and a little bit, if you can share with us.
Okay. You're from Ellen Enning, just like you said. I think you said majority of the things that I would say. Me papa ne born paye ema no. Me na me second born. Me were Canada in Mississauga, and I worship at Heritage Ghanaian SDA Church. I am a trichologist, and my niche is a zero chemical hair and scalp treatment. Enyi is something that I am so passionate about, and I have a very supportive family that I am always grateful for, because to follow my passion into trichology, there was a lot of support that they have given me along these lines. I used to work with the UN before, and then I remember when I resigned, I called my dad. I was in Thailand, and I resigned from the UN, and he wasn't too happy. But in all of that, whatever I decided to do with my life, my family has been so supportive. My sister Rachel is here, Pastor Melchizedek is here, Auntie Ruth is here. I can't mention the names. My friend Connie is calling in from Hong Kong. I think she's here as well. I have a very supportive family, and I'm so grateful to Nyankopon and to everyone for how far Nyamedi Babidi.
And I believe, sir, we are also going to be part of that supporting family going forward, because definitely we will all be reaching out to you for a lot of help going forward. We are happy to have you on board this evening, and Nyame encounter as you proceed with the presentation.
Thank you so much. Let's see, I'm going to share my screen, and then I shall see. I hope my screen is visible. It should be visible now. Okay. Yemo bibia kwaba enyumre senyamia ya domama, and then so we're going to talk about our hair and scalp. Hair and scalp here, a very crucial part of our identity. But before that, now, I want to just touch briefly on the field of trichology. I feel that some people are not too familiar with. And we get a lot of questions, what do you do? Or what even is the difference between a trichologist and a dermatologist? So briefly, I will go into how I work personally. The difference between a dermatologist and a trichologist is that your specialty is only in the hair and scalp. Even though the scalp is an extension of your skin, our specialty does not go beyond crown and in our job, it's more of the medical and cosmetic aspect of hair and scalp. We do consultations to get into your family history, your medical history, genetics. Personally, I do hair product assessment before we run anything that goes in your hair, you need to bring it so that I can assess it for you. We also do scalp imaging analysis, laser treatment, PRPs, and advanced will be the hair transplant, but we do it yet. You can see that's basically how we work. As I said earlier, no, enyi a very critical part of obia identity. Na enye for a man for everybody. And hair can really age you or really make you look good, depending on how you style it. So, picture where these are the same people. On the left side, no a young man in his 30s, no, you look like you're already 45. But unya now shaping out trim, you can look your age or even younger. Hair plays a crucial role psychologically. And one of the sad things, before no nanka obiti pa and somebody will lose hair. You see, they are late 30s, early 40s, but now you have young people as early as teenagers and people in their early 20s experiencing hair loss. I hope that there are lots of young men here, and I say, a young man, beer. Invite them to come and listen because there's so much information on the internet, especially about DHT. People are taking pills and doing a whole lot just to combat hair loss. And I say, black just to mask the full hair appearance. No, now was side effect and since I asked let's get into the Bible a little bit. In the Bible, no hair is mentioned over 100 times. In 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 15, it talks about how hair, it's your glory and dignity. It has Samson, his hair, a hona nyankopon, a power share. Already Bible in detail, hair symbolizes a whole lot. It symbolizes strength and calling, worship and humility. So bad to, symbolize humility. Say oba in some cultures, no ba when they are mourning, they shave their whole head. And I say obekatani tiso because they are in the morning state or even prophetic symbolism. And in Isaiah, it even talks about say enyi good to sukran and yankopon manu. Inti enyi is very crucial to who we are, how we identify as. Personally, my hair is my everything. Inti, I am happy that we get the chance to talk about hair, kakra. Before we start, now I want to paint a picture. So most of us know we spend so much on hair product, oils, hair that. But look at it this way. Your body, your whole body is a plant. Your hair is the leaves and the flowers and all that. Ansana ejia na haban ebe anase flowers so no. Ebi na soil no na bibi nkoye. Sometimes the environmental factors to say whether you're too cold and not too harsh. And from our bonododo, it can make the leaves and the flower not look so great. But majority of the time, it is from the inside. You look at the root. Adena J and swaba. So fertilizer be crown now better. Would it be good soil no so right? Which would in this case that would be your scalp. Would it be good soil no so na what should say they be called inside the body na a reflecte ama when you good leaves and flowers. That is how hair is. Unfortunately, when I see so many people spending so much money on products and oil, bubu, and I say, oh, baldicra, they're still looking at the leaves, instead of looking inside to see why am I losing hair? Why is my hair not growing? I don't know, is stagnant for so long. There are several factors that will cause that. And I'll just rush through the scientific aspect and not bore you. And I know a lot of people will have questions, so we can touch on the practical aspects of it. See the tall and short, so trini bibi enkoya. It is always your body telling you that something is off. And now that we understand, say hair is internally controlled or anything that you see on your hair. No, it is telling you what is happening in your body. Let's look at the anatomy. Answer na hair, ebe fi or scalp may appear. This on my head right now, it is considered dead. It is considered dead because it is no longer connected to your blood vessels and your tissues. It doesn't need any nutrient. You cannot change it. If it comes out unhealthy, the only change you can do is external, like coloring or some treatment and stuff like that. You can't change what it is. Answer na hair before epieno. It is connected to blood tissues. Enti hair say be healthy, unhealthy. No, it depends on how your body is functioning, how moja etimi kom, and as a nutrient etimi is supplied to the hair, the dermal papilla no asie hono ma etimi emani nyini. The interesting thing is that the body has a priority system. Priority system is say Bibi to say your brain, your heart, your kidneys, your lungs, your liver, your ear. If these are not functioning well, non-essential tissues like your hair, your skin, your nails, these are always going to suffer. In other words, no, the body prioritizes these things that are needed to live, which is your heart, your kidney, your lungs, your brain, your liver, digestive tract. Enti say nutrients are all body enough. Your hair is always going to be left out. Say oxygen enough. Your body will prioritize supplying oxygen to your brain, your heart, your kidneys, and your hair, your nails, and then your skin will be left out. That is how the body works. Into Saudi go placing on a 3-tier scale. The hair, the skin, and then the nails, they are last. Fortunately or unfortunately, well, that doesn't even matter. The hair is the second fastest growing tissue in the body. For every second, onipedia uchini efu. In a day, our hair grows 0.35 millimeters per day. It depends, it varies based on age, ethnicity, your genes, and all that. But on the average, obia chuni efu continuously. And in a day, the average should be 0.35 millimeter per day. In the same way, we shed hair, about 50 to 100 hair cells shed per day. Into growth, you're more than that. As your hair grows, the hair is able to register what is happening in the body as at the time that hair will grow. And for us, sometimes we make jokes within ourselves that our job is kind of difficult because until everything functions well in your body, your hair is always going to suffer. And we need to make sure that all your vitals are at the maximum levels. And something like blood work is something that we require at the early stages of our consultation. Yes. Sorry. We require blood work. But based on the specialties you're seeing, numbers near different. For example, we look at ferritin levels, androgen levels, estrogen levels, and all that. Let me take ferritin levels as an example. So, your blood work, not say, ferritin levels are about 30. Your family doctor or your general practitioner will tell you that it is normal. You're okay. But for us, if you come see a trichologist, we are looking for women, we're looking at 70 and above for women and 100 and above for men. Into 30, you'll be told it is normal or it is okay because you're not going to die. You will survive. But for us to see or make sure, say, that means all other functions in your body need to thrive. And since the hair records everything that is happening in your body, sometimes things like kidney disease, heart disease, or anything that is critical, your hair will register it first because remember, it is growing rapidly every day. Into where some diseases can be easily detected through the hair even before it flags up in your other blood work. And I said, based on what we require, say, acquire this blood work, your doctor will tell you that, I think there's something that we need to pay attention to. And see, it's really very, very important. I mentioned set itching can tell you what is going on in your body, right? And for this hair strand as an example, when you look at the hair strand, middle one white, or let's say it is gray, and then the tips near black. This is a premature in this case, this is a premature graying. Nipa no lose pigmentation because at some point they were going through a lot of stress. And stress is one of the leading causes in hair loss and graying. Stress causes so much in the body. And see, as of the time now, this part of the hair, middle part need grow, no, this person was going through too much. So the body registered it with less pigmentation. There are some hair strands that you would see baby a thick kakra when we observe it under a microscope. You see, it's a baby a thick kakra, baby a heavy, baby a too thin, baby is so weak. It literally tells you what was happening in the body while that hair is growing. And since it's growing every second, it would show. It would show. When nutrients so enough, it would show. And since we are on this subject now, let's talk about grain. Grain is one of the things that we get a lot of questions about. Grain can be caused by several factors. One is genetics. Now, the amount grain say only per no say think of your hair papilla as a printer out the ink him. Odo ink eba ebi die also ebi die sa ebusua bi mu ha omo grain term, that means omo ink no or melanin pigment no sa. Enti as uchimi ni fu no enema be like edidie senye genetics oduane die wo lifestyle, stress level, other things can contribute to the melanocyte na if a feedy hair no with grays no to deplete either quickly or sometimes inside a crowd, but it will disconnect from the hair shaft into hair and foot without the pigmentation, and that's how we get gray hair. For instance, in my family, you need gray hair. Your hair ain't gray in terms of, but it is likely say I will gray quicker than anybody else in my family because I'm an entrepreneur. And if you run a business, you know the stress that comes with it. And see, in my case, no, stress would induce graying earlier in me. So what did you moja swate and as a stressy bebre, it disconnects the melanocyte and pigmentation no if you want them. Say to me say your infantile stress, now say you are able to correct it, and I say ADD or some nutritional imbalance be, now say you are able to correct it, it will restore. As I was saying, so one hair strand can record, some part will be gray, some part will be a bit yellowish and brownish, and then the black continues. It's able to record to see that this hair has gone through a stressful period and then a recovery process, and then you would see say I restore. But say a natural, and I say when it depletes quick idea, nothing can be done about it. You either have to embrace it, dye it, but dyeing no. We are taught to encourage people to use more temporary dyes, like or plant-based, like henna, because the permanent dyes and they alter the hair cysteine. How do I say cysteine in Chi? So the biology of the hair no is altered when you use a permanent dye, and it's not too healthy for you. Also, for most Black people, no. Some dyes are considered carcinogenic. Into Black people stand like a 50% chance of cancer when we use these dyes. And something temporary, and then you can continue to re-dye or simply embrace your grays. Yeah, so let's look at the hair cycle. Onipa bia, our hair goes through a cycle. Echini bako and one before continuously. There's the anagen phase, which is the growth phase. At a point in time, 80% of your hair strands, are in the anagen phase. And depending on your genetics, lifestyle, age, medication, hormones, it's a range of 2 to 6 years. Into one before for 6 years, and sana it would go and rest and then shed, and then new ones come. It be there as short as 2 years. And then after this stage, it goes to the catagen stage. And yes, because 80% are in the anagen phase, means 80% will go in the catagen phase. The 80% is constant and it rotates. Some will rest, some will shed. Now, for a healthy hair and scalp, as a shed, it was a for 18 if you move back. So a being to me in that is when you experience these bald patches. So say acquire better. But hair loss does not happen overnight. When it's to the other, say, hey, I say me change you more how and I say me who say kind of how. But for some people, it starts by miniaturization. It will shrink and shrink and shrink and shrink and disappear. For some people, a bit breaky, and then sometimes it be a bit replaced and ba, sometimes not ba. And when it stays vacant for a longer time, on the scalp, it will close and that will cause like a permanent hair loss. In the scalp analysis, the imaging and then the hair and scalp assessment is very important to see how quality your hair strands are. For a typical healthy hair strand, you should see about 2 to 3 coming out of one hair follicle. For some people, more just one coming out, which is normal for some people. However, and also I don't say you more happy because they get near one. But ideally, we expect to see 2 strands or maximum 3 strands coming out. When we see 5 and 10 coming out of one hair follicle, so and also and good. It could be inflammation now. Some hair follicles are merging to a boom like a grass, and that is unhealthy. Until once your hair goes to these phases, that's why you experience shedding. As I said earlier, in a day, about 50 to 100 hairs and a bit shedding. It's normal. Into so teacher and I say, won't handle it for a long time. Not washing that a bit here. It could be an accumulation of what was supposed to shed. But say a tibe and I say bulk of hair that you should be concerned. And see, we'll come to hair loss later, so I'm going to skip this part. Now, Gina causes hair loss. Hair loss can be caused by several factors. With the plant analogy, I hope say you can say hair if we more answer pie nutrients nyama feeding or blood feeding answer pie. But external things can cause hair loss. So whether near too harsh ever cause hair loss. So we use chemicals and that is why I do the hair products assessment and to make sure that there are some chemicals that in Europe they are very strict about that. Some chemicals are strictly banned, but in North America they are quite flexible with what can go into cosmetics in tea. I have to check to see that there's no harsh substances in the cream and I say product I will use to trim. I would either recommend something for you or reluctantly make something for you. Tension hairstyles. For Black people, we experience this a lot. Some of the men, some of the women. The thing is, it's too tight, not a pulley on the scalp. This tension, the heavy pulling, causes inflammation over a period of time. And yes, at one time now, never cause inflammation. But if this is a continuous thing over a couple of years, it causes hair loss and this or traction alopecia. Until you see, for most of our aunties, even the young girls, they almost there's nothing there. This is either a ponytail or too tight. And he said, a tingle. Your scalp shouldn't give you any sensation because it's your skin, just like your skin feels. So a tingle, you are heading towards hair loss. And see, make sure at least so it's not too tight. Heat or thermal damage, excessive heat without any protection, it burns the hair, the cuticles fry, it doesn't help. Scalp buildup. On washing the teeth for so long. And I said, people use some heavy butters and it goes on the scalp. The thing is, products go in the hair, not on the scalp. Products go in the hair because it's in a dead no. Here, external moisture, external product, and then an oil to seal it. Into something thick to say shea butter, batana oil. Now the you on the scalp, you are just blocking your follicles. Into one washing frequently, now building up on the scalp. The scalp naturally produces its own oil, which is the sebum, and there should be a good balance. If it's too thick on your scalp, when you end up suffering from dandruff or seborrheic dermatitis or other scalp conditions. Inti, and yema making sure say a cold hair not on the scalp because this needs to be fed, so to speak. Excessive brushing, combing. For our hair type, no, the best approach is first, never handle your hair dry. This is one rule that I tell everybody. Never handle your hair dry. Dump it. Nah, the hair is also very fragile when it's wet or moist. Brush it because it snaps easily. So take a section, finger detangle, and then put your product in there. Make sure you massage it and absorb it really well before you go in with a brush. Just gentle. Start from the tip, then you work your way down to the roots. You don't come from the roots up, snapping. But one thing, if you don't take anything away from the presentation today, one thing you should remember is never handle your hair in a dry state. Always dump it. Now, lifestyle also causes a lot of hair loss. I talked about stress, but I'll come back to stress. Poor sleep and hygiene. One of the medications that we prescribe for people who are experiencing severe hair loss and autoimmune diseases is NAC, and which is a drug that should help you sleep. It triggers the melatonin in your body so that you can sleep. Basically, you're paying to sleep. And it's to mean that it causes a lot of damage in your body, not just the hair. Everything in your body will be off, but hair no be registered quickly because it is always growing. Into a starting with you. A drug will also no be far like blood pressure medication, either what's this for lupus and other kidney medications. No, it will because the body has the priority system into. Since your body is thrown off a little bit, the medication will just really focus everything or make your body only focus on your vitals. Your hair will be left out. Oxygen will be directed to your heart, your lungs, and other part, not your hair. Blood and iron will be directed to the here. In this case, and so Obi was sending medications, so we have to find a nice way to tell them, say, your life is more important than the hair. And we'll find a way to live without the hair. And yes, idea, if you want to grow your hair, you will be sacrificing a vital organ in your body that would not be so great. Improper hair care habits, over shampooing. Washing is great, but shampooing, the hair has, the ideal pH of the hair is 5.5. When you shampoo, depending on what the shampoo pH is, which is something that we also focus on, it will either make your hair very acidic or alkaline on the pH scale. You want to bring your hair pH to 5.5. Usually, ideally, shampoo will strip it and make it super dry, and conditioner always neutralizes it. And I encourage people to condition their hair more. Personally, I'll shampoo my hair like once every 3 weeks, but I wash my hair every single week. I'm either conditioning or treating the hair. Sedentary lifestyle. You need to move. Oxygen needs to flow. You need to get your natural vitamin D and, be in the sun, get fresh air. When people start realizing someone losing hair, they get very desperate. People want to put all sort of things in their hair, but they don't want to eat it. All these onions and the garlic and the peppers that you want to, put it in your body and let your body process it and supply your hair with it. So eat well, make sure your diet is balanced. So diet is one of the things that we focus on heavily during our consultation. Like walk me through a typical diet. And most of us cultural people, they'll tell you that I eat normal food. Like what is normal food? Oh, jollof, you need fufu, yeah. You need to have some protein in there, a lot of protein. The hair is keratin is protein. We need a lot of protein. You need a lot of iron and vitamins in there, and to make sure your diet is well balanced. Now, stress and mental health. Most young people, and unfortunately, I can confidently say about 60% of my clients are young people. And sometimes it really breaks my heart because you're in your 20s and you're worrying about hair loss. When I was in my 20s, I was traveling and, just living my life. But you see, most young people are going through so much stress, ejuma, school, financial pressures, relationship, and it manifests in the hair so quickly. And it breaks my heart because until you eliminate that or fix it, no, it doesn't matter a draw amount or treatment obey. Once the root cause is not addressed, you will continue to experience issues for your hair and scalp. Your hair and scalp would always scream, says something is wrong in my body, fix me, fix me, fix me. And that's why it's always important to see a trichologist and get it checked so that we can dig and get to the root cause and fix it. Midday, the first part of my presentation, we look at the internal causes of hair loss, autoimmune conditions. It's some autoimmune disease. Remember the priority system of the body? Once you have something imbalanced in your body would always focus on it. And hair, nails, and skin will always get neglected until everything is working properly. Knowing this, when I see that I know, I am iron deficient. I need to up my iron. My head tells me quickly, when die for the next 2 weeks or anything, I'm able to tell. Said, Obia is surgery, and I said, wow. Hormones play a key role in hair. And for women, we are very fortunate because estrogen is a good enabler of hair. And I say, period. And I say, when you're on a birth control and your estrogen levels drop, you see, a lot of people experience these postpartum hair loss. But once the estrogen levels restore after some time, which it should, you would get your hair back. And in most cases, some of the hair loss situations can be fixed by itself over time. The thing is, hair loss does not manifest in as much as it manifests immediately while the hair is growing. You would only see noticeable change after 3 to 6 months after that event has happened. In our consultation, we always go back. Take me back to 3 months ago. Did anything change in your life? Did you travel? The weather changes? Did your diet change? Anything? Are you on any new medication? Thyroid issues is also one thing that also causes hair loss a lot. And for a man, most of them find it easy. Almost any chini info and I say something is happening and no, I could shave it quickly and just embrace the baldness. But one thing I always advise the young men is before you shave your head, at least go check your androgen levels and then your thyroid, because thyroid issues, whether overfunctioning or underfunctioning thyroid, will always manifest in your hair, and it is one of the leading causes of hair loss in men. Inti ansa na obe beauty no aka say media mini hair problem in your client no ko check him say bibia ye okay, and I say what is the underlying cause inti ametumi info na fix it. Emma obaba mfa ade black and go and go about your business thinking you're okay. Your hair or your body is screaming for help and you need to attend to it. At this point now, I will pause for questions.
Sister Ellen, sure. That's a lot of information.
I know.
Yeah, very vital part. We get to know all these details, and because sometimes a tour. Now I say why you're confused and don't know where it's coming from and what's happening. It's a good education in way what they am I. For Emirena so your questions. So what question Mr. Wa Sister Ellen, may a lot of information. Me did see in our questions I pesi busa. Upeja wonsa ni afro na wabusa question no. Na wo kasa nso a na wabodin na wabofa kwa wo kasa efre sa no na impanyfo etumi ehu na ya track na ehu how far your messages no echo. Untumi Emma unsa so that's okay. O prompt me na mafro na watumi ebusa question. Say your first person our man nsa so yinua danso fojo. Openyi Mr. Manan Komae.
Yo, Basho, with the Kojo dance for Joe, Virginia, US. Yes, sister, no, you're done as a pa, or additional day, am I, or the insurance. Now, as will be, no, or can be F. Yeah, a memma, say, Semitini, dear. Thyroid was a day at me also hair loss. Me pacho yes
Me pacho, very true, very accurate.
Hey, it didn't have thyroid na cause.
No, it's not. Thyroid is one of the factors. And see, when it comes to men now, to maximize your appointments, no, this is something that we ask you to check or do the blood work for. No, you do your complete blood count, you do your ferritin check, your thyroid, your TSH, T3, and T4, your vitamins, and then your hormonal profile for testosterone, DHT, and then SHBG. Thyroid, no, I mentioned thyroid, no, important because say or testosterone na what form what betting can what body mu say. I had a client coming last week and he was like, I'm numb. And you could see that what be feeling say be but thyroid no you be an idea swak CSR, right? But it's one of the leading causes of hair loss in men. In the answer na obe just embrace or may bald no. Just at least go get your blood work done. Let your doctor know, say, I'm losing hair, and they will know what kind of test to run. And it will, if they be enkoya, your doctor will definitely immediately highlight it for you. Now, what do you do?
Okay. Opinion minim so follow up. All right. Say opinion D Van Dyke and so aman and sasso. Opinion patcho man and come.
Me patcho me about D Van Dyke, Diana Van Dyke.
Sorry. Sorry.
Yes, okay. Miss Media, Diana Van Dyke, me for Heritage Church, Toronto. Yeah. Sister Ellen, Nyamisha will be brave. That's it. Now, my question back when me say me who say a cost na me dream home. Say me who say me man no service would back up pampem pa. Na wako na omaye you know me de atale ho no me de tale ho tun so me de glue near de ade e guli na pampe no me de atale no me de tale so me fin say check obi a 3-4 months 5 months 6 months obi o kwat me the whole year na ebia etale ho ne ade me pacho the advice now the bema is it good or it's not good for their health and at the same time it's not good the advice now the bema so it's good and so next ebia omonyan so then I don't know but me two question now what do you think about sadness say air cost to be brain is it happen?
Thank you. Yeah, my sweet sister Diane. Yeah. A member hair issue was something that I wanted to touch on next week, but since Odiabano, a member hair issues there, and one thing I fear for the young men crying said before they go in for the tupino, there's a lot of information there, DHT, causes hair loss, which is one of the factors. Aside thyroid, excess testosterone gets converted into DHT. Into nkorɔfo DHT blocking pills. Anyway, no more tonum, no the be fana pumping, which these target your hormones. And these are young men in their 20s. I always say we need more black babies. So don't be risking your reproductive health just trying to get your hair back. I'll say, you can't say about this program. I could make it's possible say a mad doors or lines to change, but most of my clients are men, young men. The men are going through a lot of hair loss issues, even more than the women. At least we have wigs. And to address your issue, no, glue no more de form up and de 2 pinish no. It is not good. It actually worsens the hair loss because it suffocates the hair. There's no oxygen. The glue itself, imagine saying, remember the scalp is skin, right? And if a glue only build a fire or body or skin, maybe never a patch of hair tarry so for 1 week, see how that patch of skin would look like. It is a tarot, but because hair is attached to self-confidence and image, and they want to feel good about themselves, or they're in a position at work and their hair plays a key role in tea. The fact that it gives them that temporary satisfaction, no, in tea, they go about and do it, including hair transplant. I have clients who have gone to Turkey or other hospitals to do hair transplant, and they are back in my clinic because it's a band-aid solution. The air course I didn't and so way near the teenage and it doesn't really grow past the air planting. Into all these now, I hope that we can get into the men's issue a lot deeper next week. It is unhealthy, and I pray and hope say young man be or hana so be a young guy be now our experiences are on to the at least they should go see and check the underlying cause before they think of any temporary solution that would actually worsen it in the end.
Okay. Nice, sis.
And maybe I'll do a follow-up on that. And if they find the underlying problem, now it gets resolved, the hair will start growing?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. Good to know. Say a couple of chat. I'll just read that quickly. First one, I say Elvis S25 Ultra. I see great presentation. Well done. So proud of you, sis. And another one, so from Casey, and also say thanks so much, Sister Ellen. This is insightful lessons. God bless you.
Amen.
I think people are really, really learning a lot tonight. Meaning, so we will hope you are our questioner. Okay, whilst I hear train and no more air drain horn. Maybe one question. Sometimes young men no omuko chucha omutia no matiko no omanya that funny a problem be rashes be wohon. Can you say a little bit about that?
So
what can be done about it if they have that kind of experience now?
The bumps, no, and also keloids. It depends. Also, both on the skin, no, is so sensitive, a bit than a keloid. So, both
and do hormone yet, but the bumps no start here. Say started with the bumps in first before I be keloids, right?
Yes.
And in that case, if you're beginning to experience that now, what do you do? What's your best advice?
So it's just the skin the skin is very sensitive and it's reacting to the force now into the omudi, either say it's not properly sanitized or it rubs over the skin too harsh into something gentle. And also we add a spray. Sometimes they spray something on your scalp and it could irritate the skin. So it's just the skin reacting to whatever touched it. It could be either adena or the funny enough,
Razor.
Razor. Thank you. The razor that was used or the thing that was sprayed on the scalp. Indeed, you would have to test to see which of them is causing that irritation, but it's just the skin reacting, being sensitive to something akana MP.
Okay. All right. MC nipa miensa ma omo nsa so. Elder team Mr. Obetumi akasama.
That's it, Bibri. Sister Ellen, it was a team from Toronto. The question ni, I'm saying we anatomy of the hair no. Semitini here, na gray hair womb and black ni other samples being so demonstrate here. Madwini say me right here. Minim say gray hair yeah for wisdom. That's what I always tell people. Say me right and I'm in your right. So who grow gray hair? Is it advisable say obe die? And now obe disguise yourself and now obe present yourself in a different way. Now obe jaima abasa gray hair.
Okay. Gray hair, no. As we explained, no. Say a premature graying. The hair trigger, no. Say once it is fixed, the hair pigmentation should restore. Say a genetics, and I say feeling na or pigment or melanocytes no asandia. You will not get the pigmentation. Ideally, we would say embrace it. As you said, gray hair is wisdom. I mean, I love gray hair. But so to me now, the safest now we have been taught now is plant-based, which is henna. But I know some most hairdressers don't like working with henna because they said it makes the hair stiff and it's hard to work with. But that is the safest kind of dye that I can tell you if you want to use it. There are semi-permanent and permanent hair dyes, but as I said earlier, no, research shows that for us Black people, no, there's a 50% chance that it's cancerous to us. And see, we just have to be mindful the kind of dye you be using on our gray hair.
Okay.
I'm saying be sweet cream and yet dye no. There are some black substances be between their disguise with gray hair no. I don't know whether they work in the same category and I say minim exact product no but a cream disguise gray what the first one a gray no.
To send it just for men at the end.
Yes.
Not just for men. They're not what is yes, now 5 minutes, then the gray goes away and then it's got a black color.
Right. Yeah, I want to see both.
And your other cream be or honoma ultimately yes so and I even clearer or cry or instant dye be out to me the brush whole hair so it kind of takes the gray off for the day, you know, just to take you through. So 1% exhibit too much in terms I don't know elder air can no.
Oh, if it's temporary, it would not harm you. I don't know this particular product. I might have to see and check the ingredients. But what we know is that temporary dyes are mostly harmless.
Good. Okay, good.
Thank you so much.
All right, Elder, that's a pa. See, I was 3 hands up. You know, open you for your minim say, oh, follow up question.
I'm me part me question. I'm a person beside that's for Virginia. Sister Mbacho, advice ben and I debema you man and I say you know man you whom bibia was social media. There's a self-made so face hair loss fawi kikawe na yes sir you basically expert advice and I say you be social media it me try.
Thank you. This is a very good question, Misery, because as I mentioned, one of my consultation procedures is bring in all your hair products. And last week I had a client bring a whole bag of product. Like I bought these and I used this, but ideally you need one moisturizing, one sealant, and you're good. The less is more when it comes to hair. Less manipulation. And if you have money to spend, I mean, okay, no, don't buy a lot of things. Understand your hair. Know what works on your hair. Products, it's just sitting on your hair, doesn't even absorb because it's too heavy for your follicles. And once you understand your hair porosity, your dosha type, your curl pattern, no, you can easily pick up one good product, one sealant, and then you're good to go. You don't need a lot of products to fix your hair. And the meant to BBR. And I think that is one of the external causes of hair loss. Would you stress the hair and know the way I am or the way I am? Your hair doesn't even get time to get used to the audio I am. No, please do less if you can. Thank you.
Thanks. Mpacho, yebeko your next one so some questions never a lot Sister Teresa, Mr. So bit me akasama ya.
Meda sister. Your friend Teresa Martes, Virginia. My question is hair loss no. Ni nyinaa na ɛyɛ problem a ɛwɔ nipadua no mu na ɛkɔ so anaasɛ ɛnyini so tumi de ba.
Thank you. So aging reduces the rate at which autoimmune follow. In T said, you're 30 now autoimmune for 0.35 per day. Now estrogen levels are dropping. Hair growth rate no is slower than a younger person. In this case, Mr. One who tinisi ne ebubu and I say a frima before the replacement comes, no, it is slower and to say it too prematurely and I say ebubua. The replacement no because I is slow until you see say the volume on your hair is less. Until aging does not take your hair away, but it slows it down very significantly based on your hormones and how much estrogen you have in your body. And then aging also comes with a lot of diseases. And see, your body quickly prioritizes your heart and your kidneys, not age or hair. And see, several factors about aging would either lead to either hair loss or just stagnation in how your hair grows or stays. I hope it makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Because naturally, your human body now, as we age and so many things change, we tend to have knee problems and so many other health problems. And that's the factor that affects the hair as well. I think that's what you're trying to say. But so I'm saying a couple of questions that were chatting. And I'll go to that before I go to opinion Elvis. No, Yamame Lily Chum Ebusa said, what about permanent relaxed hair like mine?
So permanent or keratinization, no, it just changes the hair composition to make it more straighter and finer. Say, when you're a good hairdresser, and I said the chemical it shouldn't go on the scalp. Remember, this is already dead. Into the other way, or maybe a bit drying out and a bit boo. But until it touches your scalp, and that's when you get inflammation or scalp issues and you might experience hair loss. Your hair might either dry out or maybe because watching when it might be more brittle. But when you're the coating or you're able to just moisturize your hair well, you should be fine. The cream itself, there are researchers that says that it doesn't help with Black women, because it causes fibroids and a whole lot. I haven't had time to read it, but I've seen it in PubMed that for Black women, these permanent straightening creams and chemicals would not be so good for us. But to be safer, just don't let it touch your scalp.
Yeah, that's it. I'll take one more question from the chat and before I go. The next question is from Nana Obusase. Would you recommend stem cell hair restoration for a woman experiencing alopecia?
So it depends on what type of alopecia you're experiencing. I have a client who has alopecia, and then she went in for hair transplant itself, and they turned her away because she doesn't have any hair at the back to anymore. She's like, you don't qualify. So what type of alopecia are you experiencing? Before you go in for any procedure, make sure that you either see a dermatologist or a trichologist to assess your chances of success. because stem cell procedure, no, it is supposed to wake up the either sleeping cells. But what I know, Biana Obey is successful in it. So check your vitals, check your success rate, and then let them give you an advice. I can't give you a blanket advice again, do it or do not. What type of alopecia is it? What are your vitals like? What are your chances of success? So these three things are very important before you spend money on anything.
All right. You call the next hand up, no. Open your Elvis Mpacho.
Yo, it's here that's papa. Mami Ellen, almost you killed all of it. It's here that's it. Question me busane ye. If you ye nyina efiri mu ewo Ghana no. Ni titiri ụkọ asantime a sɛ reno ba yɛ nananom wɔn sɛ yɛkɔ akɔka yomo enyenye bia no yomo na yɛka no ɛyɛ organic one a ɛyɛ ma yɛ hair na anaasɛ ɛyɛ sɛn because I know sɛ sometimes yɛ nananom wɔn twa dansi krankra na wɔn de afa ho. Say helps be no mu use a yentimi hu ada but woyɛ research woyɛ nyoma ni nyina no enyenye bia no original yomo na yɛka no ɛwɔ efie no ɛyɛ ma yɛ hair na na sɛ enye.
Thank you, Uncle Almost. Uncle Elvis, when it comes to African, a lot of African practices now, I think the good thing is very undocumented, so the white man cannot steal. Oh, this is being streamed, sorry. It's quite undocumented, ain't it? There's a very limited research on it. Menya sure what goes into Yomuna Yusi in Ghana, no? So I can't speak on it. If it's plant-based, which I'm hoping it is, then it is okay. But I am not sure what goes into that. There's very limited research on African dye now using.
You said that any wadaroma why trichologist there wo your research na wadaroma now they and also so aka my because yes so there now they ya boji ni nyina ye white na nyame adom sie ni je ho na omo mpese omo ka ne de na at least no research no ba na yetimi enya bi so de akema na ye kama nyame enhyira.
Thank you so much. I'm making my notes on that.
Okay. You refer the next hand, no, SLC Cheneboa, I think could ya. This is Elsie Mpacho betimi akasa.
Yo, I say, hey, Sterling, na me question ne ba ko ne say, emema na omuti pa no meja omuti na. Is it too late for them to ja omuti as in so mu ja omuti na does it save them? And it's all vanity upon vanity, never call anyway. And the second part of the question is it's a cold cap. Chemotherapy, or go through chemotherapy, we used to know, like a bit to me using so is car. Is this something that can help Obia or go through hair loss if say only on yet like necessarily say or chemo or cancer or go through chemo now?
Okay, thank you. Until let's start with men no mubeja omutino. Say uja uti hoping say the hair loss will slow down. That would mean say shaving your hair is what is causing hair loss, which is not. Into the underlying factor na causing either external or internal, no. That is what you should address. What I see is muja umutina, they don't shave it lower until who say will form that side and side normal trimming, so there's still some hair on it. My advice would be investigate what is causing it. Shaving does not cause hair loss. Until when you routine, it will not reverse the problem or fix it, rather than the underlying cause being investigated. So you talked about cold caps for chemotherapy. In a way, no. Cold caps, no, just like the red light or the laser therapy now we use in our treatments, no. The goal is to stimulate sleeping or dead follicles. Now, I would not say trick your body, but it it signals your body to send more oxygen, more blood to the scalp area. So yes, that could also be a form of stimulating the scalp, but that is only effective if the cause of the hair loss is that the follicles are sleeping or there's not enough supply. If it's caused by hormonal imbalance or maybe excessive androgen in your body or a drop in estrogen, the cold cap will not do anything. I hope that makes sense. It would only work if the problem is on the scalp, the follicles are dormant or there's not enough oxygen and iron and blood supply, then it would awaken it to fix it. Okay.
All right. Okay. This Elsie. So, also I'm time something. It means she's good. Okay. The main chat no kakra. Yeah, well, you about Rachel. Oh, Busasa, does one get dandruff by using comb used by a person who has dandruff?
Okay. So I think that's my sister. Rachel. Dandruff is not, I think that there's this misconception that dandruff is transferable. In some cases, no, like using combs and brushes and stuff would not necessarily. So dandruff is caused by malassezia, which is some enzymes on the scalp. When there's too much activity, too much oil buildup, Omodrin say Oma overproduce sebum no. They call in for help. Mumbrana yen soaking up quickly so that it will restore. They drink it up quickly and then it causes dryness and flakes and stuff. That is what causes dryness. Dandruff is not transferable. However, it is advisable to sanitize combs and other things that you use between people as families. Any other diseases and you're transferable, but dandruff itself no, is not automatically transferred because where you see or be comb. It's not like lice or AGA.
Okay, but as a follow-up to that question, just washing with because sometimes even they wash with Head and Shoulders and now use shampoo no krana, they still tend to have that problem. In that case, what do you do?
For dandruff?
Yeah, for dandruff, yeah.
Okay. So Head and Shoulders, I wrote this down. Dandruff no should have is being treated by a component called selenium sulfide. And it doesn't matter if naturally the only thing contains selenium sulfide is tea tree oil, contains that 2.5 selenium sulfide. And say Head and Shoulders and say other shampoos now they claim say it treats dandruff. No, if it doesn't contain this at a 2.5 level now, you use it and use it and use it, it would not solve on its own. And so you need to make sure you're using the right product to treat the dandruff.
All right. For the next question in the chat, I think it didn't Amoba. Obusa said, how do you take care of the hair after swimming for kids?
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I think it's for everybody actually, not just for kids. Because of the chlorine in the water, it is harsh on our hair. Immediately wash the hair. If you're not able to wash the basic thing is wash the hair and neutralize it. Because the chlorine would increase the pH level on the hair, which will either make it so dry and brittle. It's rinse them completely with water and then just condition. You don't have to shampoo. Just use a conditioner to neutralize it back into a 5.5 or 5.6 maximum pH level.
All right. I think we still have a bit of time. You want another bit 10 minutes be. Intimanim so be a question viewer. If you want we channel maybe one question. What do you have to say about a manner sometimes shave warm legs?
Oh, this is a dermatology question, Is
it advisable to do that whilst we're talking about hair? No,
mm-hmm.
something that it's good to do. And I know, say, yeah, Africans, we tend not to do that, but I see about routine, especially with the younger generation coming up. Some may think say that's the fashion, and they also want to follow suit on that. And I'm just wondering, say, whilst it's about our hair, is this something that it's advisable to do, Anna?
So whether it is advisable or not now is way, but what I was saying is it doesn't hurt if you do not shave opposite the growth into say utrinin or hair no for this way, main channel this way. Also make sure that our skin or the moisturizer or something over fasten that are soften the skin area. Whatever you do, make sure you're not irritating your skin. Into use either a proper shaver and you're too harsh on the skin and shave towards the direction of the hair growth, not opposite it, not causing inflammation. But if it's gentle on the skin, it should not cause any problems.
Okay, then it means it's okay if you want to do that, that's fine. So you have to do that. All right. Okay. Let's call into the chat line. My also posted a few questions here. The first one, Iffy Joseph, or say, are there any nutrients that can help with hair health?
Okay. This is something I was going to treat next week because as I spoke to Adulting this morning, I was struggling with my slide because what should I put in and what should I take out? Hair growth, nutrients, and all that. It's a whole session on its own that I will handle next week. But to quickly answer, nutrients it helps your hair grow. Iron or ferritin is very important. Zinc is very important. Proteins are very important. Magnesium is also very important. And aside making sure say hormones no androgen levels no good or estrogen levels for you as a woman no making sure say journey and wood iron womb a lot of protein. Iron always goes with vitamin C. And there are some supplements you cannot take them together because they compete with each other for absorption. I will try to talk about that next week. But a quick example is iron and zinc. You need iron for your hair to grow. You need zinc for your hair to grow. But say, lucky both of them are men fambo. To for iron, no vitamin C and opano for zinc in rare or anajo or something like that. We'll talk about all of that next week in detail.
All right. Okay, then the next chatter wahana if you know about Elsie Ehobio. So or requested for us in your next presentation if you can educate us on the proper use of essential oils in our hair. Now I wanted to ask one a batana oil. What I think say in your presentation you mentioned that recently me kotobi na started me use me own size between I don't know if it's something that is good.
Okay, so I was trying to find I have raw batana oil here. Batana oil in itself, no. In Ghana, and then you find adre in wo, right? Oh. It is from the palm kernels, no. Right. Everything about the palm is good. The fruit is good. Everything is good. The oil in itself, no, in its natural state, no, is very, very thick. And once it doesn't go on your scalp, and then your hair type it allows also watching. So the cuticles are it's not as tight as natural. So it would easily absorb. But obitisem batana oil would just sit on my hair and collect dust. And test it on a little portion of your hair and see how it is able to hold or absorb. Say a greasy that means it's not absorbing in the hair well. It differ based on your hair type and your porosity.
All right, we still have like 5 minutes before we wrap up enumerate. I don't know if we'll take 1 or 2 questions and Sanaya wrap up. And Tissa, so they are not. Any more questions? All right. Sister Ellen, it's been a wonderful night having you with us Yami in show papa. Oh, I think I see a pop-up. And no, okay. It's been a wonderful night. Great presentation, pa. Yami in show non so on bless so with more knowledge. Now also to me Eddie Abwayen Sano. Say Ubemayen, your closing remarks. Now yet to me the wrap up for the night.
Okay. And see, to wrap up, no, next week, as I said, we'll talk about how you can maintain a healthy hair, or early onset of hair loss, how to detect it, how to treat it at home with some things in your kitchen. You know, everything that we eat are especially the herbs, are very good for hair growth. And that's mostly some of the things I use in my clinic. Then, so we'll start to say, who changes in your hair, do not wait. The earlier you seek help, the better for you. Everything about hair is very expensive. I mean, when you come to me, our services are not cheap. Intimacy, meant na how money get it so worse. Once seek help, at least book a consultation or something, or talk to your doctor and let them run some tests for you, so that you can be at peace. And so, next week, you better also near how we can keep our hair and maintain our self-confidence. If you know a guy, especially the young men, please tell them to come and listen. Right. Thank you. Yami Shrayina.
Amen. Amen. Yami inshallah subibri. That was passing by, and we are looking forward to being here again next week. Seeing and I will show up again, because it seems next week the information is even going to be more personalized for us. Important saying and I be show up. Yami inshallah. Say your best friend na yenuaba Elsie Kwache. Meaning so waswa. Nanka one my your closing prayer no we are not paying for the announcement number.
That's it. There we go. Yeah, I'm offer any me papa didn't.
That's okay.
But I'm cutting money me mumpai. You know, strategy yes, there was so dear BCM omeda anadri. Papa, na watching me now share so one map on Ibiankai, what did you tata? Yes, young midday, there was say, or me a betty as a mate say. Papa, you na young crank some my okosu, 2 more. We show my if we redeem, if we the way your body any BBR imbalance yeah. Papa ya do what's so my sister Ellen abishia no church say you see a feedy body out dear my in order to see Nema BTC trini flourish. Papa ya didn't show one sa eradi da say so man and ne woman nasa na daje and in didn't him dear abet church you. Papa ya denisi wo se shrano de wo ye bia wo abontin bia shrano papa ne clinic na juma yem na busua bia ye de shawansa maninya more time more patients awe ho no timin church because wa oni mono aka si e kono ho anaye ko bibi otese ono wa ahwe ane ho kan ye ntimi ntwa papa de no wahwere bia ye de shawonsa shenimu kana papa ye behia homedai eda ye koda ne hia homedai ye de ho shawonsa eradi hia obi bia wa homa yeso de went me enjoy ye de ne shawonsa ye koda ni me ho so hwe Shray, boy, a home by Nasachina de Pachia, ye the Asida any cabia amount. When ye do was say, or do I Christ demon